Welcome to Shorty's SuperCoach and welcome to the weekend preview. And Shorty's up and about. He's having a good day, back into the journalism game. Had my first day back doing journalism for a while. People who have watched this channel for a little bit would know that I've done a bit of sports journalism over the journey, but I've stepped away from it just for a little bit, lifestyle reasons, etc. But today was a good day. I was back into it, and hopefully in time I can turn this one day a week thing into a little bit more, and hopefully we can get back in the game and start doing that for a living. And then I walked into Coles and got an 80-cent Oak, so I'm flying. I mean, if any people who know I'm into sports journalism will probably also know, Christ, I love a chocolate Oak. I mean, it's 80 cents. I don't give a shit if it's out of date. I'll still drink it. But so Shorty's flying. But I'll tell you what's not flying, my SuperCoach side. So it's drastic times. I'd love to know how your team is going, but more specifically, how many players have you got on the field this week? Because it's going to be tough. Obviously, we've known this is coming. I did a video about this the other week, and my philosophies haven't changed. But when you get there, it's always worth reiterating those points. Now, I've got 19 playing, and Josh Kelly is out, and I'm holding him. So, realistically, I'd have 20 if he didn't get Shane Mumford's knee smack banging his forehead. But anyway, it's not his fault. Still, point being, I wasn't as badly affected by the buys as maybe some, but it was with a little bit of savvy trading that got me there, and I'll tell you how. Look, every team's going to be individual. There'll be different set of circumstances for everyone who's out there watching, but the best way for me to answer what you're probably thinking and how you should approach it is by me walking you through what I did with my side, because things are going to be different for each side. So what you got to do is you've just got to do everything you can to get towards that 18 playing players or scorers, however you want to term it. You got to try and get there. If you can get more, then that's great, because as we know, if you're fresh to the game in these buy rounds, you get your top 18 scores. So if you're going to have 20 players playing, your worst two scorers, old mate might score a 32 and some other bloke scores 47. Doesn't count. You get the rest of them. It's good. But I think in these circumstances, you'd be doing well just to get 18. So, and what does that mean? That means potentially some drastic action. I'm talking trading out a guy that we've previously called a premium. And that's not specific to anyone. I say the term guy in terms of anybody in your side. And I'll delve into that in a moment. But what I did, now, I think I was looking at 16, I think. Yeah, it must have been, because I made 3 trades, and I wanted to remove anyone who wasn't playing. Now, I just had to get Petrarca in. I just had to, and I thought I've got to find a way to do that. Now, I'm going to look to get Gorn in next week, so I had a little bit of money left over for him, but the time to strike was now, so I had to make a move. So what did I do? Bailey Smith out of my side. Whoa, look out, crazy. Got rid of him. All right, we'll get into that in a moment. I brought in Petrarca, and then I went Bennell, who could play, who knows, probably not, down to Dow, as in Thompson Dow, Tommy Dow, whatever you want to call him, the brother of the bloke that I continually pump up and I continually get let down by, but that's okay. Paddy will come good. So Dow came in purely on the fact that he was named, and look, I do rate him. I do think he's a pretty classy player. What was he, a top 20 pick? We'll find it difficult to get great opportunity in the Tigers side at the moment, but he's playing. It's more than I can say for a lot of other rookies, because I was assessing it. I thought about maybe trading out like Sturt or Hamill and that, and there was just no one. There was just almost literally no one, except for maybe like Bailey Williams, and it's hard to know because the teams aren't out, so you're shooting in the dark a little bit. So I went Bennell down to Dow, and then I went Brad Close to Michael Walters in the midfield, mind you. But next week I'll be able to swap Walters and Elijah Taylor to get Walters into the forward line. And then I think I'll still have James Bell, who will be about 240k probably, or something like that. And I'll look to offload him, and I need to get Gorn back, so that there's going to be a few moving pieces. So that's for next week. I'm starting to work it out in my head. Probably Gorn in, Laddams out, Draper down, Bell out, bloody Josh Kennedy in, or something like that. Anywho, I've just realised I'm driving out to Barwon Heads too. I'm on autopilot here, I was just cruising around. Like I said, I was up and about, and I thought I'll pump out a video, because I do apologise. I've been a bit slack on the videos. I've been a bit all over the place. There's been games everywhere. It's hard to know when a video should fit in. I don't know the teams half the time. Anyway, we're here. Get a double drop video on your Wednesday. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but yes, this week I want to talk about the premium factor. Now, obviously I would never previously advise trading out a premium, or at least a guy we classify as a premium. I was looking at Jai Simpkin and Bailey Smith. Now, why did I go Smith? Clearly because he's not playing, but also because in terms of break even, it was higher than Simpkins, and he's more expensive than Simpkin. And when it came down to it, I needed that money. I think I've got like 20k left, so it had to be. But the point being, why get rid of Smith? I wanted to make sure that I had at least 18 players, and I just felt because we have so many trades, it's a luxury I could afford. Previously, you just wouldn't have that opportunity. We've been given extra trades because of all the struggles and the extra buys and the unexpected turn of events that we've copped. So it's unusual to have this many trades. So use them. There's no point you don't get bonus points for having trades at the end of the year. So I looked for a premium, someone I classify as a premium, but he's not a Dusty, he's not a Whitfield, he's not a Petrarca, he's not an absolute premium gun, but he's a 90 plus sort of average guy, at least, maybe 95 when he's in form. But the doggies midfield is strong. He's been a touch inconsistent. I think he had a 150, then the odds 70. Aside from that 150, I think the last 4 or 5 weeks have just been so-so. And I needed to do it. I mean, you just got to get Petrarca in, don't you? I mean, I put this bloke on the map. Nobody loved him for the last 3 years. No one loved him coming in this year. And Shorty stuck with him but didn't pick him. Oh, anyway, the one time I bloody don't go with him and he explodes. Anyway, I should get to enjoy his riches for the last month. But that's my point. I think it's a bit of a luxury trade, and we talk about luxury trades at times, and you might be able to do them depending on your trade circumstance later in the year. And I think that's now. We've got trades on offer. You should have plenty, and it's a luxury trade. It's taking a bloke that, yeah, he's a premium. He's good for 90 odd, the odd big one, to go into a super premium. That's luxury. So I think we can afford to do that. And I wouldn't, it doesn't have to be Smith for you. It can be anyone. But if you feel like you go, Jesus, that guy is clearly a top 3 or 4 defender or forward or mid, I've got to get him in, then get him in. Because I know it's great to prioritise getting your rookies out first, but sometimes you just got to strike. And my cue as well, there's a blue dot next to his name. I'm getting rid of you, mate. So it just worked out. And of course, look ahead. I always stress looking ahead. Now, I didn't do this without looking at my financial situation and the likelihood of making good trades next week as well. Don't just put all your eggs into one basket and survive this week and screw yourself for next week, or throw yourself out completely. Be smart about it, but I'm sure you guys know that. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to stress today. Do everything you can. If you're stressed out and you're like, how am I going to fix this disaster? What's step 1? Get 18 players to score. Step 1, it's obvious. Step 2, be bold. Be harsh with some guys. If they're out, even close, I would have liked to keep close, because he'll come back into the Cats side, I believe, and he's a reasonably solid scorer for a rookie. Still got a little bit of coin to make. It's a move that I may not normally do, but these are unique circumstances. Cut the cord with a few of them if you got it. Because there are rankings on offer this week. If you have a good week this week, there will be people who have shockers. So if you nail this week, you're a genuine chance to rise significantly up the ranks. If you're just at the top 10k, you can find yourself in the top 7k quite easily. Outside the top 5k, maybe you'll knock on the door of the top 2k. If you're miles behind your mate outside the top 20k, you can come roaring in, because people will give up at the moment. People will be struggling. People won't know what to do. So play your cards right. But they're the two steps that you just got to take. Make sure you get on top of this week in terms of your scorers. And if that means being pretty harsh with some players that have served you well, too bad. Get rid of them. Get scorers in. We've got trades coming out left, right and centre. Use them. Because at the moment, I have 6 trades right now with, 3 rounds left. Yeah, that's all right. I'm sure I'll use them all, but at the moment, all I need to do is upgrade to Gorn and upgrade Bell. That should take me 4 trades. 2 emergencies, we'll be fine. So assess your own trade situation. You'll know what's right, depending on how many upgrades you need to do with how many trades you got. We'll work it out. But all the best, obviously. And in terms of the captaincy, we've got Lachie Neale back in town. He's the last game of the round, and I think they've got Collingwood, so I think he's your bailout option. I'd be looking at tonight's game. I'd be looking at Dusty Martin, but personally, I'm going to go Nat 5, and I know that's a bit of an unusual option perhaps, and I know Fife has been playing forward a bit, but I just looked at my side, and a few of my other options are out. I'm still thinking about whether it's Oliver or whether it's Petrarca now that he's into my side. I don't think I can do Whitfield. Trying to think who else is in my midfield. They would be the options for me. Martin, Petrarca, Oliver, and Fife. They'd be the options for my team personally. You might have others, McRae McRae's out, obviously. So you might have to look around. But I think Fife, superstars don't stay down for too long. And he was beaten last week, but I just feel like he's going to play much better than that. I mean, I think I'll probably end up having Lachie Neale as my captain, most likely. But I like rolling the dice on a guy on your VC and someone who's unique. I think a lot of people have put Dustin Martin down, but I'm ranked outside the 5k at the moment. I need to make up some points, so I can't just have cookie-cutter decisions all day long. So I'm going to go Nat 5. Superstars don't stay down for too long. I know they're playing the Tigers, but I reckon he'll be back to his absolute contested best, getting huge numbers inside, big contested possession count, and I reckon he'll snag a goal or 2. So I reckon I'm going to go. I'll back him in. I'll say right here, I'll back him in, Nat 5. So anyway, I hope you have a good week. Hopefully you can negotiate your way through this difficult stage of SuperCoach. But from here on out, it should be a bit easier. I think it's Richmond and Collingwood who have the bye next week. So, that's something to think about. But I'll be back soon. Shorty's waffled on enough. I need to finish off this oak. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.